going to be hard to top that. Golden Globe winner Regina Taylor is an actress, playwright, and best of all, she's from Dallas. Her new play, Bread, makes its world premiere at the Water Tower Theater in Addison. And she joins us this morning along with actor Elliot Marvin Sims, who is also from Dallas. So welcome home to y'all.
Oh, thank you.
So glad to have you here. Okay, so Regina, you call bread four things: nourishment, legacy, life, and money. Can you explain simply to the audience what's it about?
Bread takes place in Dallas, Texas. South Oak Cliff, you have a couple who are under 40 who are about to give birth to their second male son.
Okay.
The wife is way overdue because she's afraid to push her hopes, dreams into this very unpredictable world.
Oh,
It
wow,
happens,
what a great analogy.
Thank you. It happens right as Obama is leaving office.
Okay, so it's set in that time frame when Obama is leaving office. Okay, I want to come back to that in a second. So you play a teenage son, and there are some dark secrets in the family. Can you tell us anything about the dark secrets and how your character works within those dark secrets?
Well, I can't tell you too much about the dark secrets, but
Don't give away any secrets.
But what I can expound upon a little bit with Junior's character, his secret is a little bit of hiding his voice. His voice is kind of being masked by a lot of older generations. And so the secrecy of holding on to his voice and fighting for that is something that's significant for his character.
Okay, Regina, you mentioned that you grew up in Oak Cliff, and this it's set here. Is it based on real people who you knew?
No, this all comes from my imagination, spurred by what's happening in the world right now. What's happening in Dallas right now? What's happening in the world right now?
Okay, well, let's talk about that for a minute, because you alluded to it a second ago, and the last line of the description of the play says this: it's about how can we prepare the next generation for what's to come.
Right.
You said that was particularly important to you in the times we live in. What do you mean by that?
Yes, absolutely. I think we live in a very volatile time right now. The earth is shifting up under us, and people are trying to grab onto what they need to hold on to, and they are challenged by what we need to learn at this moment in time. I think it's not a point of us going against each other, but how we come together, how different communities come together, how generationally we come together. How do we come together right now?
In a period of huge transition.
Yes.
Okay. Elliot, the show starts in April. Let's say, for instance, it's rehearsal time. Do you have a favorite line from the show? Do you want to tell us what it is?
I have many favorite lines. It wouldn't even possibly be mine, but I have many of my own. I would like to actually share a scene from the play that stands out to me is one with his mother.
Okay.
It's a very intimate moment where we get to just see a teenager get to be a teenager with his mom again, and a teenager get the chance to be a kid with his mom again, and just the simplisticness of that, the beauty of that, and how we have this society that's always constantly, just driving us to push into adult orientation every day. So that's
I love
that's
a kid getting to
thing.
be a kid with his mom again.
Right.
Regina, I want to touch on this. You're the new Denzel Washington Endowed Theater Chair at Fordham. I didn't know Denzel went to Fordham.
Yes.
What's that mean? What do you do?
I went in this fall. I work with the students with acting. I directed a piece of mine called Magnolia that was a main stage for their season. I work with Denzel Washington.
What's he like?
Courage Under Fire.
I'm a big Denzel fan. So
yes.
is he quiet? Is he
I got
nice?
to play his wife, and he is quite lovely. He is very funny. He's very down to earth. I loved working with him.
Okay, I want to also ask you, you're the first African-American woman to play Juliet in Romeo and Juliet on Broadway. Was there any pressure associated with that? And if so, can you explain?
I think it was people's expectations, but then talking to people afterwards, they said, well, of course, of course. I had a wonderful time. It was a great challenge. Loved Shakespeare and loved the chance to embody that particular role.
So I'm curious, with the Me Too movement and everything that we've seen recently, have you personally, I'm pretty sure the answer to this is yes. So have you personally experienced bias or been left out of a project because of either your gender or your race? And can you explain that to folks, what that's like?
Absolutely. We live in this world with certain norms that we're always challenging those norms. And I've been challenging those norms since my first breath. So I think I was very prepared for this world, coming in with my mother naming me Regina, which means queen. We get to name ourselves.
I love that.
Yes, we get to name ourselves through this world. That's what she taught me. So I think my journey has been about how do we create what we want in this world. My biggest challenge in this life is myself and the limitations I might put on myself, not what the world puts on me.
Can't say anything more than that. That's about as good as it gets. Thank you for sharing it with us this morning.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Regina's play, Bread, will be at the Water Tower Theater in Addison from April 13th through May the 6th. Go to watertowertheater.org for tickets and for showtimes.